Boys are back in town. Thin Lizzy, what a classic.
Beautiful.
Carl, should that be our anthem, me, you and Steve, eh? Eh? Yeah?
Can I just get a couple of bits of admin out of the way?
Go on.
We've had an email from Peter Goff. He has said, where is Richard Anderson?
Where is
He only
Dickers?
tunes in to listen to him.
Where's Dickley? Where's little Dicky Docker?
Little Dickie Anders has not emailed in. If you don't listen normally, Anders is our biggest fan.
He
Normally
loves us. I just absolutely
But he's
think the
normally
world
got
of...
a little bit of constructive criticism,
Oh,
which
right,
we
I
always
mean, he's
appreciate.
not- yeah, we're open to that. Sure, sure,
Exactly.
sure.
So-
you! I'm gonna shove this up your...
So if Dickie Anders is listening, then he might want to get in touch. Also, dear Ricky, I've developed a bit of a fetish for the way you say "winnersh" in your hit sitcom The Office. I'm trying to get my fiancé to say it, but he hasn't quite mastered it yet. Anyway, we're getting married in Las Vegas in a couple of weeks' time. Could you please say "winnersh" on air as a sort of early wedding
It's
present?
becoming one of the most popular requests at weddings now, me saying "winnersh." So, "winnersh." There's a few I didn't get in. Thatcham, Shinfield. So, there's a Woodley.
There you are.
There you go.
That's beautiful. That's keeping them happy. Good luck to them. That's that's Leopard. That's one of those stupid email names. If you're going to email us, at least mention your name, because otherwise it makes me sound like a fool.
A leopard, the original name for a giraffe.
Interesting. Thanks for that.
Whereas Lego was
Yes.
invented when a mother had sent someone to get some, though there's no name for them. She went, "Can you go and get some?" There was a gap. He went,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I'll go and get some," because they weren't called anything. Brought them back, started playing with her. And then she went, "Look, give me those." And he went, "No." She went, "Lego, you idiot."
Yeah, the actual explanation, various people have emailed us in or phoned in now. The company was set up in 1934. It's a Danish company, obviously.
Yeah.
Lego comes from the Danish words leg got, which means play well, and it was later discovered that it was also a Latin phrase that meant I study or I put together. That's the actual, where do you get that from?
But the thing is, you see, that's where learning's got to be interesting, because if it even started like that, I'd just go, I'm not interested. I'll be looking for...
Oh, so if a fact may be true, but it's just not good enough.
It's not interesting enough for you.
Not interesting enough.
Okay, another quick dilemma for you,
So
Carl.
if Newton would have said, apples are attracted to our heads, be careful, they attack you, that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Total bollocks, but you'd have been interested, therefore, in all modern physics. Alright?
Here's another dilemma for you, a quick one from Kate. She says that she's a single woman, she's 6 foot tall. Recently she's found herself being approached by men of, let's say, restricted height. And she's not desperate, but is it ever acceptable in her, she wants to know now, is it ever acceptable for a tall lady to go out with a person of restricted growth? What do you think about that? If you see that on the street, do you think it looks bizarre, do you think it looks odd, or
So a
should she just go
6
with
foot
it?
woman with,
Someone of a dwarfish persuasion.
we can't say sort of that, or the midget word, but I
can't
mean,
say that, no,
as a little fella.
Yeah. Is that, so there's a noticeable difference in their height. Is that ever a problem, do you feel?
She's 6 foot, he's 3'4".
Yeah.
If I saw it, I'd just think she's doing it...
Okay, let's not do this now.
No, come on, she's doing it what?
Oh.
No, for attention, in a way. Because there's loads of
See,
other
I
people...
told you, Steve.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just I mean, is that serious?
I think so.
Well, I mean, if it, whatever
God, they
makes her
shouldn't.
happy.
Please don't ask Carl
No,
these
but
sort
do you know
of
what I
questions.
mean? If it makes her happy, then do it. But in a way, you're not going to have a normal life.
Oh, God.
No, but you're not, because you're going to get sick. There's no
so
point bringing
sorry.
trouble onto yourself.
Carl does not necessarily reflect the opinions of
Anybody
the
else in the world.
Hold on. This woman, she doesn't live in a forest in a little cottage, does she? She hasn't got long black hair and wears a sort of...
She says the guy she's going out with is a miner. In
Really?
a crystal mine, yeah. And he just sings all day on his
Has
way
he
to
got
work.
6 mates?
Apparently so.
Okay, what do you think of that, Carl?
I'm still sorry, I wasn't listening. I was just thinking about.
Someone just called up and called him dopey.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
I mean, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Why? What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you today?
I'm just saying.
What you're fed up with people taking issue with some of the stupid things you say? Lego was invented by a mother going, Lego of that. What are we going to do with all the buildings? The earth might collapse. What do you expect people to say? Even our listeners know you're talking rubbish. And some of those that aren't allowed to wear socks. I mean...
Listen, right, last week when I did Doing Edom, do you know when I called up, one of the museums in a science museum?
Yeah, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I wanted to tell you before when the song was on, but you're so busy listening to it.
Yeah, was I so busy listening to a song I was playing?
Yeah, but we're doing a radio show, aren't
Alright,
we?
what's your point?
Well, I just wanted to say, she emailed in to say I got her name wrong, so I'm just apologising for that.
What did you call her?
I think I called her Jessica.
What was her name?
I don't know, I've got it on email somewhere.
Well, this is not an apology!
No, I'm
You've
just
got
saying.
it wrong
You've not
again!
even said her real name! How is that an apology?
Well, I remember, I read the email, so, yeah, I
But who are you apologising
think
to?
her name's Jackie, I think.
Oh, you've got it wrong again, haven't you?
Well, anyway, and she just said if you want to see dinosaurs and that, go to the, museum.
You were complaining about that as well, weren't you? You went to a museum and there was too many dinosaurs. He said you just need 4.
No, well, Steve, have you been to the one in Knightsbridge?
I think
this
so.
one that I called up, right? It's nice, you go in, you get a good collection of stuff, you walk in, there's 3 or 4 dinosaurs, you've had enough, right? I went into New York, right, went to the museum there, hundreds of them. You can't move for dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're responsible for them being extinct. There's loads of them, so all I'm saying is, if you want to see a dinosaur, go to the one near Knightsbridge, they've got a nice selection, some old vases and stuff. It's worth going, so...
Do you work for them? Because that was a pretty big sell.
Well,
You could work that into quite an advert, I imagine. Brilliant. Carl, you're fed up, aren't you? Because you had to get up early.
Well, that's another thing, but will we give out the answers for...
Let's do that after we've played the next tune. I have to say that I'm wondering if Rockbusters, like Do We Need 'Em, is beginning to run its course, because this week we've had very, very few right answers. I think you're just getting too complicated.
Yeah, because his clues and his answers are rubbish. Why don't you start doing proper ones?
These are good, we started off easy, if
I
you
don't know,
remember.
I think some of them are a bit tortuous.
They
But
don't
anyway,
work. Some of them don't work.
Come up with some stuff then.
let's play a tune.
Well, I have.
And we'll come back with the Rockbusters answers in a second.
You haven't come up with anything.
The Gravediggers. 1-800-SUICIDE. It's a good tune, that. I've always enjoyed it.
XFM 104.9. Well, that's nearly it from Ricky Gervais. That's me, Steve Merchant.
One of the 50 most eligible bachelors in Britain. I hope people as well, if you buy Company Magazine, if there's any ladies listening, every week, of course, I've played you a song for the ladies, and I hope now that you'll be able to return the favour and maybe vote for me. Buy Company Magazine, vote for me, so I become, the number one
That's
eligible
true, so
bachelor.
it wouldn't mean anything then, would it?
What do you mean?
Well, it wouldn't mean anything then, would it? If they voted you and you got into the top 30, it wouldn't mean anything because you've asked them to do it.
What are you talking about? Of course, because it means that they care for me enough, and then they are impressed and charmed by enough that they've actually made that effort. That's beautiful.
I think that would ruin it.
Well, let's wait and see what the results are.
Do you think, getting off that, because we don't want Steve to use as a platform to get in the top 48. He's bound to beat a couple of people. But, what do you think of him now, Carl? Now you've known him for these many years. What do you think of his looks objectively now that you've known him? Can you remember what you first thought?
Like I say, he's changed a bit, he's sorted himself out a bit.
Yeah.
Looks a bit better.
How? What's he done?
I don't know, his hair's better.
Yeah, what was it before?
It was just a bit nothingy, do you know what I mean? It was like just like if you just let your hair grow and do its own thing. Whereas now it's got a style.
Yeah.
So it looks good.
Glasses, he's changed.
His glasses are stylish.
Yeah.
Just stay sat down. If you're gonna shake, you can.
This is the worst competition ever.
So
It's Chaka.
have you got?
It's Chaka. It's Chaka. It's Chaka Khan.
Shake a can.
No, Chaka Khan.
What you got?
Chuck a can might have worked. To throw a can.
Who got all 3 right then?
Well,
because basically what happened was people
We're
just
stopping
emailed in 3 guesses.
We're stopping
and
this.
the guesses that were right came from Mandy Thompson in Hendon.
let's ruin
but
that one
frankly,
then. Well, that's run that into the ground. That's Do We Need 'Em ruined.
No, we can't just bin everything on 1 week.
I don't think we're gonna get that. Oh, they're not as good as they think they are because you only picked on Newton Einstein. You don't know anyone else. You don't know who Gandhi is. Chimpanzee that. You've run out of,
I did like the jingle for that though.
Oh, chimpanzee that!
That was a great jingle.
Yeah,
But sadly we won't be able to use that again.
So who's won anyway?
Well, it was Mandy Thompson I mentioned, but as I say, she guessed, so I mean, she can have the prizes, she's welcome to them.
There you go.
But, I think we should knock it on the head, Carl. Maybe you should come up with something new.
No, I think it's still got a few weeks in it.
I think we should take some time off.
Well,
Yeah. What about, like, the foreseeable future?
Dunno.
Song for the
sound?
lovers. Do you want to just play
A song
that?
for the ladies. Listen, you know what's I think it's maybe the March issue of Company Magazine. Buy that. Top 50 most eligible people. There's probably an address or a phone number to call. And here's another song for the ladies, maybe just to charm you further. Tom the Model by Beth Gibbons and Rustin Man.
Carl, say
The current
goodbye and
album.
say it nicely, like you're happy.
See you later.
Is that the best you can do?
I'm gonna burst! Sloths never get flu, because that's when your body's replenishing.
So the thing is, I'm bound to get ill. Steve, you know what it's like. You're always like got a cold and that. haven't you?
Oh, he's dissing you, everything's
what's
a
it got to do
diss.
with
I'm just saying because you're a bit of a sickly child, so you don't
Oh, jeez,
I'm
I'm
only-
only go at the looks
understand.
and then
No, only because I'm
just-
trying to get him on my side. So anyway, so I'm shattered. I get back, so I think it's a bit weird that this isn't shaking off. And there was some news report about how there's some serious illnesses in planes because stuff goes out the engine and into the.
Oh yeah, it's people from all over the world with all different things.
Yeah,
breathing
so
the
so
same
I'm thinking,
air, yeah.
oh, what have I got? You know, it's my luck, innit? So I go to the doctors.
The doctor said, "Well, you've done a whole day's work. You're not used to that. Your body's shut down.
So he said,
You better have a
Slow.
holiday.
Yeah, you need. This is when your body needs replenishing." And I am a doctor, and I know replenishment is one of the best.
Replenishization.
So-
Replenishization is one of the best things for sloths.
So I said to him, I said, look, I'm not one to moan. I hardly go to see him.
He went, "Oh, you."
I hardly see him. I hardly see this fella. So I said, look, I can't shake this cold off. I woke up the other night shaking. And he said, oh, virus. Right? So,
Which isn't scary at all, because everything, you know.
well, there's some dodgy virus, isn't
Well,
there?
yeah, but there's some.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Of course, it's a virus. What else would it? What else would it be?
I don't know. Not a doctor. So I said, oh, when's it going to go? And he said, oh, might be 2 weeks, this one. Seems like a bad one. Quite clammy, he said. So I said, yeah, I feel a bit clammy, yeah. And he said, yeah, you will do. So anyway, so I felt happy about that, and I'm more confident with the doctor, because, you know, you've got your vest off and all that, so you think, why not just let him do a bit of a body check? So I said, doctor, whilst I'm here, I think I've got some eczema on my leg. And he goes, let's have a look. And I said, there it is there. And he said, that's not eczema. So you've got a touch of ringworm.
Blimey.
Right? So straight away, anything with a worm in it, you're going, you what?
Yeah.
'Cause it makes it sound worse, doesn't it? I was thinking like tapeworm and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's going, yeah, ringworm, and he saw me panic and he went, don't worry.
You
it's not-
pictured a worm with a giant
Well,
mechanical arm crawling up
he
your back.
could see by my face I was a little bit like, I've got a worm in my leg. He's going, don't worry, it's not a worm. And I said, how have I got that then? And I reckon it's from this bear suit that I had
It
to
wasn't.
wear.
It was. Well, it was
It's a
fake
little bit
fur.
weird that I had
No, it was
bare
'cause you were
boots
like-
on. I had bare boots on, and
Yeah.
where the bare boot was, I ended up with ringworm on my
Do
leg.
you know why it's where it was? Because the only bit of your leg showing, because you had bare boots on, fake fur, with a fake fur tunic, and the only bit showing was your shin. You were walking around in long grass. You got it from the grass.
Well, no, because I said to him, because I wanted to hear the words bear suit from him. I said,
What's the chances of that?
Yeah.
I said, where...
Doctor, what might I have got this from? And then you just shut up and waited for him to say
I said,
bear
it's a little bit weird, isn't it? I said, I thought that died out with rickets, right? Because I'd never heard of ringworm since I was a kid. I remember some dirty kid had it at school, and my mum sort of said, don't go near him. So I said, ringworm then, doctor. Where have I got that from? Thinking he'd say...
Have you been wearing a bear suit?
Yeah. Anyway, he said, well, he says gay people get it.
What?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Why did he say that to you?
Well,
out
this
of
is
the
what
blue?
he said. He said gay people. I said, right, tick that off. He said wrestlers.
Why do wrestlers get it?
And I said, I don't understand the connection. I said, I don't know, any gays. I don't know any wrestlers. And he went, well, it's the body, skin rubbing.
Well, why do only gay people get it then? Why don't heterosexual people get it?
Don't know. Didn't quiz him. But then he said, what about...
Did the doctor really say to you, gay people get it?
He might have said, like, homosexuals.
Does this doctor operate from a park bench somewhere?
Sorry,
Does he have a lot of carrier bags with him?
Why would his first thing be ringworm? Gay people get it.
So yeah, I said not gay. No, I said I don't know any wrestlers. That's a fact. And then he said, have you stroked any bald pets?
Any bald pets?
Bald. He said, have you stroked anything with hair missing? Bald.
Just yourself.
And I said, I can't remember. And I couldn't be
Was
bothered.
this, well, sorry, were these all euphemisms? Like, the wrestlers get it, wink, do they? Yeah. You stroke to the, little bald hairless thing? No, doctor. Okay, gay people get it. Look, are you gay? Are you gay? I'm gay. I'm gay. I want to stroke someone bald.
So I didn't want to get into the bear suit thing, because then he'd be thinking, what's he doing?
No,
I'd have to explain.
you've got it.
So wait. So he had a list of he's reading this off a list, was he?
No, he did it from his head. He knew it already. He didn't have to look at a form or anything. He went ringworm. He's obviously had a few people in there who have had it, and they've gone, ringworm? That's a bit of weird. Where have I got that from? And he knew straight away.
So he's had 3 people in there with ringworm. One of them was a wrestler, one of them had a shaved dog, and one of them was a homosexualist. Is this the same doctor who
Told me that my nerves were too short for my body.
Yeah.
Different fella. So yeah, ringworm I got from my time in Boston.
Well, that was a heck of a story. I'm beginning to wonder if the reason Suzanne didn't go with you on that trip was not to do with work obligations.
Your iPod, you've downloaded it, maybe?
It's a test transmission.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a test transmission. Testing.
Yeah.
If you're hearing this, then it's working.
Who are you?
I'm Ricky Gervais. Who are you?
Steve Merchant.
Who's that little bald-headed mank twat chimp over there?
It's me, isn't it? Alright.
Yeah, well, we need your name, don't we?
Carl is.
Telling you, I was talking to you earlier about going to Vietnam, and I'm not good. I mean, although I like to travel, as you know, I like to go to exotic places. This is going to come as a surprise to you, Rick, but I do look very English when I'm abroad. I'm 6'7". I'm quite pasty and white, and I find it very hard to blend in with, say, Vietnamese people.
Sure.
But this time I thought I'd embrace this, and I've brought you something as to show you. It's not really going to be very helpful on the enemy radio, but I decided to wear a hat. I thought I'd buy a hat and wear a hat, and I thought that I bought this last minute as I was just before I got on the plane. I was doing some shopping. I thought I need to, because you can
think it'd be something like from a Graham Greene novel,
right? Exactly.
They'd go, they call him the Englishman.
Exactly.
He's the wisest, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought, because you can kind of reinvent yourself when you're abroad in some way, can't you? You know.
Yeah.
And so this is the hat I got.
Christ.
Maybe you should look away for a second. I'll put it on, and then you can. Now, bear in mind, it is a bit battered because it's been in bags and stuff.
Sure. Steve, what are you thinking? Right.
No, it is a bit battered and damaged, I admit.
Okay, how can I, right, it looks like a cross between something Miss Marple would wear.
That's nonsense!
No, it does. It looks a bit like that. And there's a beer with a bloke drinking, what's that called? Moretti beer?
I think you're thinking of the Hofmeister bear.
No, I'm not. It looks like Miss Marple's hat.
It doesn't look like Miss Marple's hat. It's kind of moddy, isn't it?
It's not. It's a tweed thing that comes down that an old lady would wear.
Tweed.
It was a librarian lady would wear in the 1930s.
It's not tweed.
I have never seen it. That you didn't really buy that, did you, to wear?
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Right. Can I take a picture of this and I'll put it on my website? Right, I am now taping this on a camcorder. I will put this up on rickygervais.com.
I disagree. I think this genuinely looks good. I think it makes me look a bit like, say, Tom Waits or Farmer Barlow. The point is this, right? I'm wearing the hat, I'm looking good, okay? But people, obviously, they can sense that I'm a moneyed tourist. They can see how good I look, and they know I've got a little bit of money in my pocket, I can afford to buy hats, you know, and everything. So obviously I'm always a target for people trying to get money from me, stuff like that, which is always a hassle, isn't it? And I find it very difficult tipping when I'm abroad. I don't really understand what the rules are with tipping, and that's a big anxiety for me. And also I have problems with the conversion, you know, because obviously when you go abroad. So the Vietnamese dong. Come on, there's nothing funny about that. That's just what it's called, right? For $63 US, you can get 1 million dong. Right? That's a lot of dong. So, I'm packing, like...
a huge dong.
I got, like, 2 million dong, like, in me money belt under my shirt. Right?
Yeah, you took... So look at this image, right? You were wearing that hat and a bum bag.
Yes, but... I don't have a bum bag. I have a money belt that I wear underneath the t-shirt.
Right.
So as not to see, you know, so people don't think I've got any money on me, and if I get mugged, I can just go, I've got any money on me, because they would never think to look
Underneath
the shirt and see the money belt, right?
Well, that's still out of reach, isn't it, over there?
Yeah, and they are actually looking up your t-shirt.
I don't get that. And then there was a programme on a few weeks ago on BBC about spiders. And there was this one, right, it was going, you know, there's so many spiders in the world, and apparently there's so many of them, they can't give them all names, right? What they're saying is, once one dies out, they'll actually introduce another one. Because there's so many different breeds of them, that it's impossible to sort of make a book and list them all.
Right.
Well,
It's like
the book would be infinitely long.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a queue.
They're not trying to name it individually, are they?
No, no, no.
That's their problem.
No,
Yeah. Just keep it down to the species. Go on.
This is true.
Go on then, yeah.
So they'll sort of go it gives a spider, the Black Widow, right? Black Widow, they've all died, so who's next? And they'll say, here's a redback.
Yeah.
And that's how they introduce them. So this programme was going on about this. Right?
Not how they do it.
No, they do it.
Okay, your point
Okay, alright.
Right, so anyway, there's this little one, right, in Australia, and it shows you some kids being dead happy and playing around in the sun, loving it, you know, all healthy and that, and, you know, love being in the sun. They're playing around the pool, and, you know, there's a couple of them there playing swing ball and that, dead happy, not a care in the world. And, like, the one of them goes, oh, I'll go swimming, because I've been playing swing ball for an hour, got a bit of a sweat.
Sure.
Go for a little breaststroke or whatever. And they get in the pool, and they can't wait to have a swim about, and then it pans to the bottom of the pool.
Yeah.
And there's this little spider just sat there dead still, right? Sat at the bottom of the pool holding its breath.
Holding its breath!
Okay.
Cheeks going up red, eyes bulging.
yeah.
Oh, 8 pairs of goggles on.
One goes by with a snorkel. You should have thought of this.
4 pairs of flippers.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's sat there in the deep end, right? And then it pans back to the kids having a good time, chucking a ball to each other.
I can see what's going to happen here.
And it pans back.
It's not going to join in the game, is it?
no.
And what happens is, the kid starts bouncing up and down on the floor.
Sure.
Goes and sticks the kid goes and puts a foot on the spider. Bites the kid, and apparently, if you're not seen to, you can be dead in 15 minutes.
Sorry, why does this spider sit at the bottom of the pool?
That's what it likes to do.
Animals don't do things they like to do. Animals do things for a reason.
Waiting for a kid to come along. So
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
well, that's what
It's not. It doesn't go out to murder kids. That's not. That's not what it does.
No, there must be a reason. I mean, if you just stopped when you watch these programs and don't get involved with the music and, like, you know, the odd, why does it sit at the bottom of the pool? There must be it either goes there for protection, food, to cool. It does it for a reason. It doesn't go there to wind up swimmers.
Yeah.
There must be a reason. This is it. If anyone's watching, please, if you're watching that program, I don't know about this spider. What's the name of the spider?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well, it did say-
08700 800 123.
Is it the Duncan Goodhue?
Is it Paul?
I mean, I don't know, maybe it does go into other things like ponds and that, and maybe it does the same for ducks if a duck stands on it.
But why? Duck stands on it!
Why?
Oh, I love your brain.
Probably because eventually, you know, a kid can get, like, saved if it's seen to in 15 minutes, but a duck is just gonna, like, wander around and go, God, I don't feel well and what have you. And
What good is that to the spider?
because...
No, I'm saying it might kill it if it might protect itself, but it must be in the pond for a reason in the first place, or the swimming pool. It must be down there for a reason. It must have another agenda, evolutionary wise. It can't just do it.
Could it be in training for the Olympics?
Unless it is just cooling. Like those, because on one of the other programmes that's a bit mental,
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
The one with the lizards, with the tail.
Well, let's not get into lizards. This could
Okay,
take.
no, go on quickly.
No, this is a good one. It was a programme, BBC programme again, on how insects and animals help each other out.
Yeah.
Right? They were saying how, you know, you might think they're an insect, but they think like humans do, and they all help each other out. Right? And there was this lizard that is running about in the desert. Right, and it's going, God, it's roasting. And what it does, it makes a little hole in the sand, and it goes under the ground and it cools down, right?
Yeah.
And then you see one of the locals, I think it was in Egypt or something, and the Egypt bloke comes walking along.
Egypt bloke.
And
Is he walking like an Egypt bloke?
Walk like an Egypt bloke.
and what he does, right? he's looking out for these holes in the ground.
Sure.
And he sticks his hand in.
Yeah.
And
Why does he want the lizard?
he makes shoes and stuff out of it.
Okay.
Right? And you see him
Cobblers.
walking around, he's got about 12 of these things in a basket on his back, and they're
Yeah.
all looking really fed up.
Well, yeah.
And it's dead hot, and they can't be bothered trying to escape, and they look really fed up. And this bloke's laughing, you know, he's collecting loads.
I love how he watches this, like, because they sort of editorialise it and make it into, like, some
Exactly.
sort of, like, evil play.
Yeah.
But then it was saying how this deadly scorpion that man is scared of is mates with the lizard. And the reason is that the scorpion goes into the hole, right? It can't dig its own hole because its arms are that big and it's awkward for it to dig a proper hole.
Sure.
So what it does, it goes into the little den that the lizard's made, right? And whilst the lizard's having a kip, the scorpion says, "I tell you what, I'll do you a deal. You have a kip, I'll walk up and down this hole here and sort of scare away any people." So the lizard's like, "Yeah, alright then, fair enough." Because the scorpion wants a little hole to keep out of the sun, the lizard wants a kip, they've done themselves a little deal, the Egyptian bloke comes walking along, sticks his hand in the hole, he thinks he's just going to get a lizard, scorpion stings him, he runs off, drops the basket, all the lizards go running off.
I love the fact that that is what always happens. They filmed that just by chance, and that's what always happens. I like the fact that the Egyptian bloke has done this every day. He does it. He goes, "Well, okay, I've got all these lizards. I'll just go to this hole again. Because I haven't got that lizard yet. This will be fine."
No,
I
it's- I just think...
And when the lizard and the scorpion make that deal, and he says you have a kip,
Yeah.
and the other one does it, do they talk in Egypt or? I mean,
they talk
how
Egypt
do they
bloke.
how do they discuss?
They talk Egypt bloke or
this?
English bloke.
What language do they use, Carl?
No, it's the international language of love.
But spiders is what you're putting in Room 101.
Spiders.
Let's go back to that.
Spiders. So spiders that.
Basically, spiders that have got the poison to kill a man.
Because Rick, I know, because
Okay.
but Rick, I know
what
you're.
about the ones that are just too big for their own good? Those
I
are
don't understand that either.
But Rick, you're scared of all spiders, aren't you? Even
Yeah.
the little tiny ones you
I
find.
don't
in the
like
park.
any spiders. Yeah.
Is your husband afraid of them as well? Or?
Oh dear.
Playing here.
What are we playing here? Oh, this is Cat Stevens, Silent Sunlight. It's beautiful off Catch Bullet 4 at its peak in the 70s. Cat Stevens, Silent Sunlight. Carl just had a funny phone call, didn't you? From someone who's telling you all about the little brown, it's called, is it?
Little brown, yeah. That's the name of the spider that sits in the bottom of the pool. He said it doesn't hold its breath. It's got an air bubble.
I didn't think it did hold its breath, to be honest. And then, as you know, Steve was opening a letter we got, and it's a football song, and it's They Don't Like It Up by the Leatherhead Gimpers.
But it's the fact we keep getting sent homemade singles.
Wow, that's good, isn't it? Oh, there's another one here.
They're both football anthems, though. We don't. Do we show any interest in football? Are we?
Well, yeah, the World Cup we do, don't we?
You're right, Rick.
Yeah. I've got a bet on as well.
Have you?
Arsenal, Chelsea to win 2-1.
What today?
Yeah. And I've got Chelsea to win 2-1, but Henri to score first. And that's something like 30-1 or something.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Cheers.
Brilliant.
Right, so, spiders, that's the first one in room 101, isn't it?
So you
rude
agree with
people in supermarkets, spiders that are either have got enough poison to kill a man, or are unnecessarily big.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then. Right, good. Going well.
Right. Next one.
Yeah.
Stars in Their Eyes.
Blimey, it's a popular show. You might alienate a lot of people.
Stand it.
Why?
Just, I think, if you've got a talent, right, there's loads of shows now that you can go on and make a killing.
Yeah.
Like Pop Idol.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Pop Stars.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So, people who will go on Stars in Their Eyes, they want to sort of be famous.
Yeah.
They want to be a singer. What I don't understand is why go on that show where you do all the hard work, got to do all the graft,
Yeah.
and yet, even if they win it, you never see him again. The guy who won last year, Christy Berg.
Ian Moore.
Ian Moore.
Before last, but I was now with his own stuff.
Yeah, but, alright. How did he sell?
That sold well.
Exactly. Don't get it.
What I like is when, someone doing Edith Piaf, like, wins a heat, and, Matthew goes, "Well, I don't think you'll be going back to the, cleaning job, will you?" Yeah. Yes, you will. Monday.
Almost certainly.
Monday. She'll be back there Monday.
Just,
yeah.
and just the way, you know, in like the final last week where the guy who was Elvis won, and they're
I
all
thought he
in
would,
there.
though. I thought he was very good.
No, he was good, but will we see him again? Do you know what I mean? What is his job?
I don't know.
He'll be carrying on doing that. There's going to be no change to his life whatsoever. He's very good at what he does, but he's wasting his time on Stars in the Rise.
So I don't understand exactly what your issue is. You clearly like the show because you watched the final last week.
He thinks
you agree that people are talented.
You think it's a waste of talent to go on Stars in the Rise because it's not a vehicle to be famous, whereas something like
Pop Idol,
Yeah.
Pop Stars, even
Yeah.
Big Brother. Do you know what I mean? Go on that. Sit in a room all day, have a month off work.
because they're all big stars now, aren't they?
No, but what I'm saying is, it's less work to sit in the Big Brother house. Now and again, just sing a song, and people go, oh, isn't he a good singer? You come out after having a month's rest or whatever it is you're having there.
Yeah.
You come out and there's loads of record companies, like, waiting for you to come out and give you a deal.
And what happens then when you get a deal? When you cut a record, what happens to that record then?
Then it's either sells or it doesn't.
And actually, what happened to it?
It didn't sell.
No, none of them did.
But what I'm saying is, that is a lot easier to do than all the graft that you have to do on Stars in the Rise and the pressure.
What would you rather do? Buy Craig's Christmas record
Yeah.
or Ian Moore's classics?
Probably Craig, just because the guy on Stars in the Rise really thought he was better than Christa Berg. When he was singing, and
I think I'm better than Christa Berg.
he was singing, and Christa Berg came walking on.
Did he cry?
And he didn't stop and go, oh, I can't believe it, I'm a big fan. He was sort of carrying on, like, don't interrupt me, I'll have a word with you in a bit.
You think you should show the man he's actually making a little bit of living off?
Yeah.
Emulating.
A bit of respect.
A bit more respect.
And the most annoying thing...
I imagine them arguing, rest each other's floor saying, I'm Christa Berg, no, I'm Christa Berg, like two ventriloquist dummies, just having a fight in the dressing room afterwards.
the most annoying thing of all with Stars in the Rise, people who go on and do people like, say like, I think last year, someone went on and did Lamal. Now, if you wanna, because the whole idea with Stars in the Rise, you get work off the back of that show by, like, companies, don't you, say,
Yeah.
who will we book?
Yeah.
You could get the real Lamal for about 30 quid. So why have an imitator?